You're watching FNN, the FUKK News Network.
This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers.
Do you ever feel guilty about how much money you have and how little other people have?
A lot of people would say you should do it with the money that you make from your music. You should reprocess it into your art and make more functional art and everything like that. And I've given this great consideration, and there's been a lot of temetry on my part when being involved with questions along this kind of line, and apropos of an answer towards this sort of an indigent philosophy. I would just invariably have to say, on behalf of Van Halen and most particularly myself, you.
Viewer discretion is advised.
That's right, Van Hagar fans. SHMACKEMAGOB!
SHMACKEMAGOB! It's time for the only news that matters, and man, do I want to thank Steve Queensrÿche for that amazing, awesome, splendid, incredible SHMACKEMAGOB intro. That ruled, my friend, and it's very factual. I can see you agree with science, and so does your shirt. And if you want to send a SHMACKEMAGOB intro, send it to this email right here, and I will put it up in the order it was received. All right, so let's get into the only news that matters. And as many of you know, I am a doctor, the doctor of FUKK. And I went to attend a class that the teacher was Wadzilla, Ian Wadley, the co-host to the greatest podcast known to man, the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast. Him and I do it, and we rule at it. Well, he was having a class, a medical class, and he came up with something, a cure to anybody out there that has an erection that lasts more than 4 hours and you can't get rid of an erection. He knows the cure for it. He says, just put on a Van Hagar album and your boner will disappear. Next story. Last week I did a video on Kiss Wednesday of a Tommy Thayer airport sighting, just goofing around, and some of you, very few, were very offended by it, and I kept seeing the same comments from all these people that didn't like the video, and they said stuff like, oh, Tommy's a good guy, and blame Gene and Paul, which obviously they haven't seen my videos because I never really blamed Tommy. I always blamed Gene and Paul. And they also said, a couple of them said, you would do it, you would dress up like Ace Frehley if they paid you like they paid Tommy. Now, look, I know many won't believe I say what I'm about to say, but I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. Not everybody would do it. You know, look, I'll give you examples. Bill Ward refused to do the Black Sabbath reunion because they were going to pay him less than the others. And Robert Plant was offered like $1 quadrillion to do Led Zeppelin reunion. He didn't do it. Not everybody compromises. But if you don't believe me that I would not dress like Ace Frehley, okay, let's just say, hypothetically, I would dress up like Ace Frehley and be in Kiss and be paid all this money. Then I should be goofed on. That's right. I don't hate Tommy Thayer. A lot of you think I hate him. I don't hate him. I don't hate Eric Singer, but I will always goof on them. And I will always goof on Sammy Hagar. I know I get a lot of comments, people that like my show, like my channel. They're like, I like your channel, but dude, here's the thing. I appreciate you people that like my channel, but let's not get it twisted. Let's cut the deck right here. I will not stop goofing on Scab Kiss and Sammy Hagar. I would apologize, but I can't because it's who I am. I appreciate your support for my channel, but honestly, I'm not going to change. And if you don't like the way I am, just think of yourself. Put yourself in my shoes for a second and think of anybody telling you they don't like you. I'm going to have the same damn response you will have. Who cares? If you don't like me, I really don't care. You all wouldn't care if somebody didn't like you. Unless you're an insecure dickwad, then I'd understand. But most of you, especially you people that watch my channel, I know you're not insecure dickwads. You wouldn't care. I just don't care. I gotta be me. And I don't care who's in the makeup. It could be Tommy Thayer or it could be Tony Iommi for all I care. My God, Tony Iommi. If he was to get up on stage dressed as Ace Frehley and Kiss, I would goof on Tony as well. And he would deserve it. I know a lot of you don't share my opinion. I just feel like people that pretend to be somebody they're not deserve to be goofed on. That's how I roll. So cut the deck and let's go to the next story. The Rolling Stones removed Brown Sugar from the tour set list over lyrics depicting slavery. Brown Sugar, one of the greatest songs ever written. And the Stones buckle to cancel culture and no longer play Brown Sugar live. You know, I want to quote somebody called Myron Todd. He wrote this and he said, "That's like removing cheese from macaroni." Perfectly said. I said it last week and I'll say it again. Cancel culture, these nuts. Next story. Founding Queensrÿche drummer Scott Rockenfield sues fellow original members Michael Wilton and Eddie Jackson over several things. You know, they haven't paid them and they didn't ask them to play on the last album, where the band says, we did ask him, he never returned the calls. It's he said, she said bullshit. I really dig what Queensrÿche has been doing with Todd since he joined the band. But really, man, I mean, I just saw Jeff Tate a couple weeks ago doing all the Rage for Order. And I've been on a Queensrÿche kick since then, but only a Queensrÿche kick up till Operation Mindcrime. So, man, the EP, The Warning, Rage for Order, and Operation Mindcrime is the best Queensrÿche. They've come back to the heaviness. They've released some good albums, but nothing they've done, in my opinion, has touched that early stuff. And Todd's a great drummer. He played on the last album, but Scott Rockenfield's better. I mean, the guy's a monster drummer. And I really don't know who's telling the truth, so I'm not going to be here telling you what's going on. All I know is this is sad, and I just hope whoever tells the truth wins this case. All right, next story. David Coverdale on Dino Jalasic's addition to Whitesnake. He says, "What's wrong with having another great singer?" Now, I don't know. I feel weird about this. I mean, yes, David Coverdale can't sing like he did before, but that's to be expected when you get older. But to get another singer on stage, I mean, I guess it's better than lip syncing, but at the same time, it's weird. I mean, obviously, David Coverdale is Whitesnake. And to have somebody up on stage hitting those notes he can't anymore, I don't know, man. That's going to look weird live. But I'll be honest, I'd rather have that than somebody lip syncing on stage. Paul Stanley of Kiss. Next story. Now this is some terrible news. Emperor's guitarist's ex-wife among 5 killed in Norway bow and arrow attack. Her name was Andrea Meyer Hogan, and you know, she was also a guest musician on Cradle of Filth, The Principle of Evils Made Flash, and Satyricons Nemesis Divina. So as I understand, somebody went into a supermarket with a bow and arrow and killed 5 people, and she was one of them. I don't think this has happened since like the bow and arrow days. This is so sad. Unbelievably tragic. My heart goes out to her and her family. Rest in peace. Okay, final story. Rob Halford has revealed that he's been treated for cancer and is now in remission. According to the Metal God, he was diagnosed and treated for prostate cancer during the spring of 2020, and once again earlier this year. Really happy to know that it's in remission, and my God, I don't even want to think of a world without Rob Halford. I mean, it's hard enough dealing without Lemmy and Joey Ramone, and the Ramones, period. I hope it's gone. I hope it's gone forever, because A world without Rob Halford is like macaroni without cheese. He also said that all you metalheads out there, please get your prostate checked because early detection will give you a huge chance of survival. And that is so true. About anything, you should go get checkups. I get checkups 3 times a year, you know, in case they catch it early. I got a good chance to survive. Ronnie James Dio unfortunately didn't do that, and we no longer have him, so please go get checked. Because if you're listening to my voice right now, I need you here on the planet. And I don't want to make light of this because I hate cancer. Cancer sucks. So I want to end this news with something a little witty, like I usually do. And it's a prostate exam joke. Last time I went to go get my prostate checked, while the doctor was checking my prostate, both his hands were on my shoulder. I don't know how he did that.
Say what?
That's it for the news, my friends. Thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you'd like to donate, I got a PayPal in the description below. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I would really, really appreciate that. And check out my podcast, the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast, and the VIERA Vault. So stay frosty, my friends. Listen to Black Sabbath and SHMACKEMAGOB.
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies. Farewell and adieu, you ladies of Spain.